Imagine a man calmly strapping himself to a sturdy chair in a quiet room. The clock ticks, and within just 18 minutes, he vanishes without a trace. This is not a scene from a movie, but a real-life mystery that has baffled everyone who hears it. The story begins with an ordinary day, but quickly turns extraordinary as the man's actions set the stage for an unbelievable disappearance. What could have motivated him to tie himself up? Was it a stunt, an experiment, or something more sinister? As we unravel this tale, let's look at the details that make this case so intriguing. Room was simple, with only a few pieces of furniture and a single window letting in pale light. The man, appearing calm and collected, methodically secured himself to the chair using strong straps. Witnesses later described his demeanor as focused, almost as if he was preparing for a challenge he'd rehearsed many times before. The clock on the wall began its countdown, marking the start of the 18 minutes that would soon become legendary. Every detail in the room would later be scrutinized for clues, but at that moment, nothing seemed out of the ordinary. As the seconds ticked by, the man remained motionless, his eyes fixed on the clock. Observers outside the room watched intently, expecting perhaps a magic trick or a dramatic escape attempt, but nothing happened, at least not at first. The tension in the air grew thicker with each passing minute. The man's breathing was steady and there were no signs of struggle. It was almost as if he was waiting for something only he knew about. The anticipation built, and everyone wondered what would happen when the 18 minutes were up. And without warning, the man was gone. The chair remained still strapped and undisturbed, but the man had vanished as if into thin air. Those watching were stunned. There was no sound, no movement, no sign of how he could have escaped. The window was locked, the door unopened, and the straps were still tightly fastened to the chair. It was as if he had simply ceased to exist. The room was searched immediately, but no trace of him could be found. The mystery deepened, leaving everyone with more questions than answers. Authorities arrived quickly, combing through every inch of the room for clues. They examined the straps, the chair, the window, and even the floorboards, searching for any evidence of how the man could have escaped. Forensic experts dusted for fingerprints and checked for hidden compartments or secret passages. Despite their thorough efforts, nothing unusual was found. The room was as ordinary as it appeared, and the mystery of the man's disappearance only grew. Was it a clever illusion, or something beyond explanation? As news of the event spread, theories began to emerge. Some believed it was an elaborate magic trick, while others suspected foul play or even supernatural forces. Experts in escape artistry weighed in, analyzing the setup and the man's actions for any signs of trickery, yet no one could explain how he managed to disappear so completely while being restrained. The lack of evidence only fueled more speculation, turning the case into a topic of heated debate among both professionals and the public. The chair itself became a focal point of the investigation. Crafted from sturdy wood and fitted with heavy-duty straps, it was designed to prevent any easy escape. Investigators tested the chair for hidden mechanisms or weaknesses but found none. The straps were still tightly secured, showing no signs of tampering. The chair was photographed, analyzed, and even reconstructed in attempts to replicate the disappearance, but every effort failed to produce answers. The chair remained an unsolved piece of the puzzle. The idea of vanishing while restrained challenges our understanding of reality. Throughout history, magicians and illusionists have performed daring escapes, but always with some logical explanation. In this case, however, the absence of evidence and the presence of witnesses make the event even more perplexing. The concept of disappearing from a locked room, while tied to a chair, pushes the boundaries of what we believe is possible. It invites us to question the limits of human ingenuity and the mysteries that still exist in our world. This day, the case of the man who strapped himself to a chair and disappeared in 18 minutes remains unsolved. Despite countless investigations, theories, and attempts to recreate the event, no one has been able to explain how he vanished. The story continues to fascinate and puzzle all who hear it, serving as a reminder that some mysteries defy explanation. Whether it was a masterful illusion or something truly extraordinary, the disappearance leaves us with a sense of wonder and a lingering question: what really happened in those 18 minutes?